We are going to be reacting to the Athletics final trade board. They did a full 42 players, but we decided to just do the top 10 because otherwise we'd be here for about another hour doing 42 players.
It's already been kind of a long episode.
Yeah, so we're going through 10 through 1. So going in at number 10, they have Mikko Rantanen. Number 9, Brandon Tanev. 8, Scott Lofton. 7, Bowen Byram. 6, his teammate Dylan Cousins. 5, Ryan Donato. 4, Rasmus Ristolainen. 3, Seth Jones. 2, Rickard Rakell. Number 1, Brock Nelson rounds out the list.
Yeah, so I have some issues with this trade list because there's at least 3 players on this list that I don't think will get traded.
Shoot.
Mikko Rantanen is not getting traded.
He's not going to.
I don't buy this talk that, if he refuses to sign a long-term contract, that the Hurricanes will trade him because what are you going to get for him? Like, honestly, because you gave up a lot to get him, and, it looks really bad when Natchez is killing it in Colorado right now. He's been really, really good.
He's been over a point per game player in Colorado.
Rantanen, I think he'll be fine. It's a very new system for him, very different than Colorado. It was kind of freewheeling. You have to play a lot more defensively in Carolina. I think he'll be fine. I don't really blame him for not wanting to commit to a long-term deal yet because he doesn't even know if he likes it there yet.
Yeah.
He's been there for like a month.
Yeah, and
less than a month if you count like the 2-week break they had for the Four Nations face-off. But if Rantanen is available again, that's just a lose-lose for the Hurricanes. It just not a good look for the organization.
No, and they offered him a contract, and he still hasn't said yes or no to it, and it's been like a week. So, obviously, he doesn't, like you said, he doesn't know if he likes it there or not. He doesn't know if he wants to stay there long-term.
Can you imagine, let's say you've been in one place. Let's say you've lived in Buffalo your whole life, and you move to – you get a job offer, and it's a temp job, and you have to move to, Seattle, and you work there for 3 months. So you're just renting an apartment, and they go, well, do you want to – we're going to give you a week to make a decision on whether you want to spend the rest of your life here.
Yeah.
Yes or no?
Do you want?
Dude, I don't even know where to get pizza from. Give me a minute, man.
Do you want a life-changing raise?
I mean, the money's nice, but you got to think there's multiple factors.
Right. It's more
and just happiness and.
It's like
do you feel comfortable there?
The area you're in, comfortability, family, the city itself. It's not just about winning. Sure, some players, if this team wins hockey games, I'll go sign an 8-year contract with them. But a lot of times, especially in a case like Rantanen, you're getting up there in age a little bit. You're getting close to the age of 30 at some point.
I'm not sure if he has kids or not. But.
Yeah, but either way though, you want to settle down once you get into start to get into your 30s, and
he'll get the 8-year deal if he wants it. If he goes to Carolina, he's yeah, let's do it. They'll get a contract done right away.
Right, or maybe Mikko could be holding this off, and let's say Carolina decides to hold on to him even if there's no extension before Friday, which I've heard they want to trade him if there's no extension done. But let's say for purposes of this hypothetical, they don't do that. Maybe he wants to wait to see, the next 2 months how he likes it, and then come after the season's end, he's like, I'll make a decision if I want to stay or not.
I don't know. I'm of the opinion that if you're the Carolina Hurricanes, and you already gave up that much to get Rantanen, even if you don't get him signed before Friday, just hold on to him because do you have that much better of a chance of winning a cup this year without him than you do with him?
No.
You're not. I don't think you're going to get a stellar return for him, especially if he makes it obvious. I'm not signing a contract with anybody. I'm going to go to UFA. That greatly brings down the trade value for him.
And not only that, but also giving up how much you did for a guy like Rantanen. At this point, I'd rather stick it out with him in the season than have him walk. Because then
if they go on a deep playoff run and he sees shit, I see something here, then
his mind can change.
Yeah.
It's not like
I don't think he's flat out saying no, I refuse to sign a contract with you. He's like, yo, calm down.
Let me think about it. I'll get back to you before the deadline.
But another player on this list we already talked about that I don't think was going to get traded was Seth Jones. I just don't think there's enough time for that to happen.
I think there's a possibility it can happen. I'm on the fence of it. I'm not 100% sold that he's going to be traded, but I'm on the fence of if he did get traded by Friday, I think it happened on trade deadline day if he did get traded. But if he didn't get traded, I wouldn't sit here and be like, what are the Hawks doing? But if he did get traded, I'd be like, I'm not shocked either. I'm kind of in that boat.
I agree with you there, but I just don't see it happening this week. And then
That's
the other
fair.
two players, one I'm kind of 50-50 on. The other one I don't think that it's going to get traded is Bowen Byram and Dylan Cousins. I don't think the Sabres are going to trade Dylan Cousins. I think if he's been in rumors for months.
Mm-hmm.
If they wanted to trade him, they would have done it by now. Unless they get an offer this week that blows them away, I don't see them trading him.
Yeah, I've kind of been in the essence as well. I've been writing an article about the Sabres shouldn't be sellers at the deadline, and I said that same
I
exact
just
thing.
think they're so afraid that they trade him away, and then he ends up like Eichel or Reinhart and goes to a team and wins right away and is automatically a superstar. Like, they're terrified of that happening.
That's exactly the reason why. Adams is, I said this yesterday, is Adams needs to just let go of the past, of the Eichel, of the Reinhart trades of the world, and focus on the present and the future of this team now. Who cares? Like, if you get a good return for a guy like Cousins or Byram, and they turn out to be a superstar anywhere else, but you also got a good return, so
Doesn't
what?
matter if he wins a cup, though.
Well, I know. Okay, like if he wins a cup, it doesn't matter. I know, but I mean, you can't be if you're NHL GM, you can't be afraid to make trades.
Teams are going to try to take advantage of you because they know you have.
Well, then don't pull the trigger, right?
Yeah, like I give him credit for not trading him right now, but then Bowen Byram, on the other hand, is another player where I think he's a luxury player for the Sabres to have right now. Like let's say if they were a playoff contender, you're over the moon that you have Bowen Byram because you have 3 number 1 defensemen on your team. You have Rasmus Dahlin, Owen Power, who's still developing, by the way. Everyone gets on his ass all the time. He's still developing as a player. He's only 20 years old. Like.
Let's take a chill pill.
But Bowen Byram, like he's another left-handed first pair defenseman. How many of those do you need on a team?
Right.
Are you going to give him a long-term extension? The rumor is that he wants to go to a place where he can have a chance to be a top pair defenseman and play on the top pair.
And in 4 years, he might be the number 3 if he signs a 7-8 year deal with this team.
Yeah.
Like,
so Bowen Byram's in a weird situation. I'm sure Buffalo would love to keep him, but it just doesn't make a lot of sense.
In Bowen
Byram, there's no rush to trade him right now because he's an RFA, so you can wait till the summer and trade for his contract rights. I think that puts the value down a little bit, but that's another player I'm iffy on getting traded. But every other player on this list is probably going to get traded.
Thank you for watching the entire video. If you guys would like more exclusive content, make sure to follow us over on Instagram, X, and TikTok. Also, check out our new episodes, which drop every single Sunday and Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern. Available to stream on all platforms.